Welcome to this video on two ways to draw smooth curves called splines in sketch mode of Autodesk Fusion. What if we would like to draw a shape like, say, this wine glass? So far we only used straight lines and arcs, and it will be quite hard to create a curved line like this. We need another tool, and luckily that is available. This is the tool, it's called the Spline tool, and we can create smooth curves with this tool. Let's press create sketch on the toolbar, and this time I'm going to sketch on the vertical plane, and I want to have a helper rectangle. So let me press R on the keyboard, the rectangle tool, then click the construction line over here. What we are going to draw is only a helper rectangle and not part of the geometry. The dimensions are 40, and then press Tab and then 220, and I can press Enter now to leave this tool. I also want a line in the middle, so I press the L on the keyboard for the line tool, and now I'm going to look for the midpoint. If you follow a line and you see a triangle, that is the midpoint of the line. Click, go to the other side and click again, or in this case I can hit Enter because I want to end the tool. We are now ready to start our spline. Well, not entirely yet. Here at the foot of the glass I still want to have a little piece of straight line. Let me take away the construction line and make a normal line. Press L on the keyboard, and then I start here and go back, well, just a little. Because the foot of a glass always is a little bit hollow, so I want to go up a little bit over here, and for that we are going to use the spline. So let's go to the Create menu and find the spline. We have two types. We are now using the Fit Point Spline. To make the foot of the glass a little bit hollow, let's start a spline a little bit away from the bottom and then straight to our line piece. I'm going to hit Enter now because I want to end the tool. I want to edit it a little bit. As we can see, we have now some green helper lines and we can tweak them. I want this to be exactly horizontal. I have Snap to Grid switched on. So if I take this point over here, I can snap that point over there, and I know that it is now horizontal. And I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. How do I pan around? That is with the middle mouse button. Click and hold and drag. Also here we have such a green helper, and I want it to be, of course, exactly horizontal. This means we now have a very smooth curve in the bottom of our foot. Let's start the spline tool again, because now we are going to make the stem and the glass. To start the foot over here, I click left, and then we are just going to eyeball it. It doesn't need to be accurate at this point. We just create a curve more or less such that we think it will turn out okay. I'm just clicking, don't need to drag, just click and release the mouse button. In general, for a spline it is a good idea to use as little points as you can. Adding more points most of the time adds more chaos instead of relaxation. Okay, we are done with our spline. It doesn't look good yet, but that is no problem at all. We are now going to hit Enter to exit the tool, and we are going to use these green helpers to create what we want. The foot, of course, I want it to move a little bit up. Then over here I have to move it such that my stem stays at the right of my helper rectangle. And also over here I can change that a little. Well, this starts to look good, doesn't it? No problem at all. Yeah, we have a a little problem over here, I see. How can I solve that? Can I solve that? That is the question. Yes, probably I can by making this shorter. Look what happens. If you make this helper line shorter, then you make the curve stronger. Well, now that curve is not looking very good. Oops, it's suddenly stuck over here to this thing. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. I have to delete this thing that it is stuck. Yeah, now I am loose again. Well, this is looking better. This is what I want. Let's go up. And let's also do this spline helper over here. Let me move it in a little. That gives us a better shape of the glass. Well, I think we are already there, at least for 1/2 of the glass. Of course, it has a thickness. I have to come back, go down, and then end up somewhere over there. Let's do that now. What we need here at the top of the glass is, well, half a circle. We may remember from a previous video, we have a tangent arc. Let's go to arc, tangent, and well, we can now easily make half a circle over here. I don't know how thick is a glass. Well, 1.5 millimeter, that is strong enough, I would say. Click, there we have it. Also at the bottom, I now realize that we have to make a half a circle here on the foot, because we have not yet closed it. Yes, let's do that, and let me now try to find that point. Click, and there we have a perfect foot. Now it is time to make the inner side of our curve, and for that, of course, we go to the spline again. Create, spline, and then the fit point spline. We can easily go from this half circle point over there just to somewhere over here. Let me snap, put the snap off, click somewhere over there, and then click over here or somewhere, I don't know exactly where. Well, maybe put the snap on again, that can help us later. Let me close it or end it over here, and then hit enter, because we are done. And now this helper line, I want to be perfectly horizontal, and because I have put the snap back on, that works fine. And is our glass of a good shape? Well, here it is a little bit too thin. Well, we have our green helper here. Let me see if I can help that a little bit, change it a little bit, maybe move it a little bit in. That is all depending on our personal taste. Maybe this one can also be a little bit more in. This looks good to me. We can stay working on it for an hour. Let's not do that. This is it. Let's get rid of our rectangle. Double click, that fully selects it. Delete. This helper line can be deleted. And what we need now as the last part of this shape is a line, a L on the keyboard, a vertical line going down from there to there, and we have a closed shape. Isn't that nice? One more thing, in case maybe you think that you need another point on your spline, but you do not have it yet, click the spline, or rather right click the spline, and we can insert a spline point. Now we move on our line, the cursor turns into a plus, and I can click over here and I suddenly have a new spline point. If I now hit enter, I can use this spline point like all the others. Maybe I want this to move in a little bit. Well, that was a bit too much, because that snap is again on. We can make this very nice in detail. You can add points later. You can also delete points. Suppose that I want to delete this point, just click it and hit delete on your keyboard and it's gone. There also was this second spline tool. Let's have a look at that. It's called the control point spline. In general, it is perfect for creating, let's say, S-curve. So let's try to make a perfect S-curve over here. and then over there, and look what happened. We have a wonderful S-curve. Or if you only need a sort of parabola, you can do this, and then you have a perfect parabola curve. Well, this is it about the splines. Talking about the parabola curve, we do have a tool for that. Create the conic curve. Let's have a look at that in the next video. Maybe see you back there, and in the meantime, have fun.